419. Let's go. Finally, it got working. Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the channel. Just doing the last regular season Toy Car Hockey games in this live stream for Toy Car Hockey. This is each team's last regular season game before the Toy Car Hockey wildcard playoffs start for this season of Toy Car Hockey. And I'll tell you more about that after this live stream is done. All right, let's get this game started. I did make a picture, so hopefully you all saw that before joining this live stream. Sweden scores first, it's 1-0. Oh yeah, I probably should mention in the live chat. Two nothing Sweden, not good for NASCAR. 2-1. (3-1), yikes. And Sweden's lost 3 games in a row, and they're trying to pull something out here, but I don't know if it'll happen. It's 3-2 now. We're tied, it's 3-3. That was a crazy turn of events there. Bad passing led to NASCAR scoring, and we are tied now. Fakes the goal and scores. Well, the goals are 2-1-1, and the goals are 3-0-0. Nope, that's cool. The goals are 3-1-0, and we're headed to overtime. NASCAR and Sweden is tied heading into overtime. It's 4-4 now in this game. Next goal wins. Nope, that missed. 2 minutes tripping on the Koenigsegg. Can't do that. Well, because that penalty happened in overtime, it won't carry over. That was funny. Or miscalculated. Best game, and NASCAR wins in overtime on the power play. NASCAR beats Sweden on the power play in overtime with a close-up goal. Thanks to the number 77 NASCAR Camaro race car. And just look at NASCAR celebrating. Yes, this is how they celebrate after games if they win. They go into a giant celebration pile-up. Yep. Well, Sweden's officially lost 4 games in a row this season, which I don't know what's going on with Sweden, but the funny thing is, with this exact same team like a few seasons ago, but this was years ago for different Toy Car Hockey season, they ended up beating USA in the finals one season and actually won that. And now the funny thing is, all these seasons later, they can't seem to do anything. That's just too funny. Now, the thing is, if Italy loses their last game and Japan wins their last game, then we would have a 3-way tie for first place in Division Hurricane, with 3 teams being first place overall and 1 team being second place. But then, of course, comes the wildcard playoff games, and it's like only 2 teams, hopefully from each division, win those to advance to the semifinals. But we won't know if that'll be the case because stranger things could happen in Toy Hockey. We could have all 4 teams from one division advancing somehow. Or we could have only the first place teams advancing from each division, making the semifinals even harder on teams. Just drinking some water from my really big water bottle. Gotta stay hydrated, even while doing live streams. Let's see, South Korea is gonna play. Who's South Korea gonna play? Anyway, just gonna put that in here. Just put that in the live chat for anyone that is joining this live stream. Right, South Korea can play. I want to say they've played almost everyone except for probably Australia. But part of me feels like they did play Australia because South Korea and Australia were probably close to both having really bad seasons. So I feel like they've played Australia. Or I think they've played NASCAR. I think so. I believe they have. The last team South Korea can play is probably Italy because I know they've played Japan, Australia, and NASCAR, so it's probably Italy. Yep, they have to play Italy. All right, well, there's Italy to the Toy Hockey. So let's get this next game started and underway here. I think South Korea was actually home last time, so they'll have to be away this time. I want to say this was their lineup last time. Yep. Shoot. Trying to put the right cards with the right team for Toy Car Hockey for their substitutional cards. All right, and the puck will drop now. Hit the goalie and went out of play. That's a goal and Italy scores first. It's 0-1. That puck is out of play. If Italy wins this, they would be 4-0. But the thing is, if USA wins their last game, they would be 4-0, meaning we would have a 2-way tie between first place teams in Toy Car Hockey. Hits their goalie again. I don't know what's going on with that Hyundai car player, but is that a goal? That has to be. Yep, it is. Goal. Obviously, it was a goal. I mean, sometimes there's somewhere it's like it's so close it's hard to tell, but it's like sometimes there's just a sliver bit more past the goalie, and sometimes it counts. But other times when stuff like that happens, the goalie ends up saving it all. So that's why sometimes I'll say no goal or goal, just depending on how much went by and depending on how much the goalie stopped with its tires and underneath the car's body. That's a goal. South Korea has the lead now. It's 2-1. Can't believe it, but for a team that's lost 3 games in a row to a team that has 3 wins in a row, this is kind of a funny turn of events, actually. It's 3-1 now. I don't know what South Korea is doing here, but it's like they're trying to take down the first place team here somehow, some way. No goal. Oh, they tried to score a mid-range shot, but just came up a little bit short. Oh, and we have a penalty warning for tripping. That was a not so good idea there. buries it, and it's 4-1 now. It looks like Italy's about to lose this game, and if Japan wins their last game, we would have a three-way tie for first place in the same division. And I don't think I've had a three-way tie for first place. I know I've had at least a two-way tie for first place, but not a three-way tie for first place, because the chances of that happening have been very slim every season of Toy Car Hockey. There was always a two-way tie for first, second, or fourth place at least. So a three-way tie, that would be something else, because that would be the first one ever in Toy Car Hockey history for that to happen. They tried to score, but got denied. Oh, that's another penalty warning for tripping. These two cars have penalty warnings for tripping on the same car player. It's 4-2 now, and there was no penalties there because no one was moved like too far to the playing range. That Hyundai was moved, but not because of a car player, but because of, well, something else, probably my hand. Or just gravity in general, possibly. Open, we're going to have a face-off because they're going to. I saw that actually happening. It hit the goalie and went out of play. That just missed. Oh my goodness, South Korea is having so many tough chances of getting this game-winning goal here. It's 4-3 now. South Korea is only ahead by a goal, and Italy is back in this game suddenly. That somehow worked to Italy's perfection. They totally faked that car player out. Oh my goodness, it got past the Lambo. I don't think any car player's gotten it past that one. They came up just short there of the game-winning goal. I mean, I'm looking there at their goalie for Italy's team, and it's no goal. How do you miss a shot that close? Oh, I think they're going to call that because that car clearly touched that one to move a little bit too much more out of the way. 2 minutes interference has been called on the Lancia Delta Integrale from Italy's Toy Car Hockey team, and that came at a bad time for them. Very bad time for them because that penalty might possibly carry into overtime. Now, normally most penalties don't, but I don't know. It just depends on what happens. It'll end up like close to the 14:50 mark. Now, if South Korea scores on this, then the penalty's over. But if Italy scores, then the penalties, well, I kept it this way where penalties don't continue into overtime, but I might have to consider doing that from now on in a new season, possibly. I'm not fully sure though yet, but I don't think I will. We're headed to overtime. Now my question is, should the penalty continue? Because technically I kind of think they should, but every season I've done Toy Car Hockey, the penalties automatically expire. So because of that rule, and I don't want to break a rule in Toy Car Hockey and just make one up randomly out of the blue, we're going to say all regulation penalties end in regulation. And if it goes to overtime, the only penalties that will happen in overtime is ones that are in overtime. Because I'm trying to make it, a little bit more different, fun, unique, and real life hockey, obviously, by doing that. South Korea wins. Oh my goodness. South Korea beats Italy in overtime. They beat Italy on the road in overtime, 5-4. I cannot believe that. I am shocked. South Korea takes down the first place team, or tied for first place team from the other division. Wow. Unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. All right. Well, and that was what South Korea ends up winning their last game of the season. Well, let's see what happens here. So if UK loses their last game, they're done for. I think UK has not played Australia. I could be wrong, but I feel like they haven't because both teams are 1-2. And I know that UK has played just about every other team in Division Hurricane, probably except for Australia, is my guess. So I could be wrong, but I actually know they did play them. I think UK did actually play Australia, so they would have to play Japan as their last game. Oh dear. That's not going to be fun for them. And I think Japan's supposed to be the home team on this game. Well, can UK take down Japan and cause a three-way tie for first? Or, well, Japan, well, correction, if Japan wins, they'll cause a three-way tie for first. If UK wins, Japan will not be first and will only have a two-way tie. Where's UK? There they are. Gotta get them. All right, let's see what will happen here. They're going with a different lineup for Japan's Toycar Hockey team, not their full premium lineup. So that might give UK a chance, maybe, because I know these two did not play last game. If UK, I mean, even if they don't win this game, they have to use the McLaren in that Ford over there, and Japan can't use all their premium cars in their next game either. So someone could beat Japan in the wildcard game. UK scores. It's 1-0. Oh my goodness. Now the thing is, if UK loses, we'll have a two-way tie for second place in their other division. No goal. I thought that was in, but nope. Two-minute tripping on this Datsun 240Z from Japan. That Bentley took a little bit longer to get up. I just hope that car player's okay. Well, it seems like it is. The goalie did get bumped there, but it was kind of because of my hand, so we'll still have to reset either way. That just slightly missed. And it's 2-0 UK now. Well, that's not a good start for Japan here at all. That just missed by a small bit. Did it move the goalie? They're saying that's a goal. Not enough evidence there to say that that should be goalie interference or no goal because the goalie was bumped a little. So, yep. Play's going to continue on. It's 4-0, and that was a pretty long shot there from the Bentley. The goals are 4-0-0, and the goals are all zeros for their team. Timeout. Japan's calling timeout. Even though they did call timeout, this car can play in the next game, guys. And it's 4-1. They were just waiting for the right moment to do something to ruin UK's shutout game here. Penalty warning for tripping. Nope, that's no goal. Oh, we have another penalty warning for tripping. How do you miss one that close again? It's 4-2 now. Wow, I just can't believe this has happened so suddenly. Like, it was 4-0, and now it's 4-2 all of a sudden. Japan is fighting back in this game. Oh my goodness, how far was that shot from? Because I know it wasn't taken there because it obviously stepped forward a little bit closer. So that's a pretty far shot, and it's 4-3. And guess what? Everyone on their team has 1 goal each, I think. Yeah, the goals are 1-1-1, and the goals are 4-0-0. Two minutes tripping on the Spoon Sports Honda Civic Type R. And because that was its second penalty warning, it's now in a double minor for tripping because of the double penalty warning. So that's a 4-minute penalty. Not good there. Isn't the score what, like 4-3? Yeah, it is, I believe. That puck is out of play. There's 2 people watching. Yeah, that's better. That's good. Oh my goodness, they're trying to find a way to tie this game somehow. Two minutes tripping on the casserole. You can't do that, and that's a costly penalty because now it's a 3-on-1 with no premium cars on their team. Timeout, Japan. That's their second out of 4 timeouts, and they put their last premium car in to save this game from going a not so good way. And it goes to overtime. This car scores, and we're headed to overtime. And because of that rule, both penalties automatically expire. And now they have a tough choice to make because that car helped them get in this game. That one helped the game tying goal happen. They now have to go back to this lineup. This is a crazy scrappy game. It went from 4-0 to tie, and now we're headed to overtime. And now because of that, both penalties automatically expire because I've always kept that rule for toy car hockey. Well, that's no goal there. Both teams already have 1 shot on goal, and both of them have missed. Will this game go to a shootout? I don't know. That just missed 2, and that's going to count as a shot on goal. That was a good shot block there. They're saying it just stopped it all. I thought that was the game-winning goal there. It looked like it. Hold on. Goalie interference has been called on their goalie to move their goalie further backward from preventing it to be a clear, good goal. Penalty shot will be awarded. Oh my goodness. The Aston Martin gets a penalty shot. This could be huge here. If it scores, down goes Japan, and they will be 2-2. It's over. UK wins it in overtime on a penalty shot. UK beats Japan in overtime on the road because of a penalty shot. Because of Japan's goalie. Japan's goalie just cost them the game. Oh my goodness, that was the craziest way to win a game for any toy car hockey team, especially for it being United Kingdom. How dare you cost our team the game? Don't ever do that ever again. That Lancer is really unhappy, even though it didn't play in the game. It was really unhappy. Oh, it's lost some paint there, but that's to be expected in toy car hockey and baseball when your players get upset. that Lancer is on a possible suspension warning for injuring its own goalie and needs to calm down. If it does it again towards its goalie, it will be suspended 1 or 2 games in the next season of Toy Car Hockey, and that is not acceptable to injure your own teammate. But unfortunately, the imaginary Toy Car Hockey officiating people have looked into that and will call an automatic 1-game suspension for this Mitsubishi Lancer Neon Speeders Hot Wheels car for Japan's Toy Car Hockey team next season, meaning it will be suspended 1 game next season because of, fighting against its own goalie and injuring it as well. Because that is disciplinary action towards your own team, they will go with suspending it 1 game for next season. Unbelievable. A game winner on a penalty shot, and now this happening. That's just the unexpectedness of Toy Car Hockey. You never know what's going to happen when. Trust me, I've had cars suspended almost a full season of Toy Car Hockey because the penalty's so bad or something else really bad happened. Well, time to change the standings here with this. I can't believe Japan lost in overtime because of a penalty shot, because of their own goalie. Well, I mean, if Australia beats USA in their last game, that would be hilarious, because then we'd have a 2-way tie for first and second in Division Hurricane. But even then, USA would still clinch first because everyone else in their team has lost 2 or 3 games. So it wouldn't matter to USA if they win or lose this game. And I think for them it would be home, because I think they were away in their previous game. Yeah, they were away, weren't they? Or were they home? They were home, actually, so their last game is going to be away, because they were home, away, home. So yeah, it will be away. You know that these two didn't play in their previous game. Can USA win their last game and be the only undefeated regular season wins and losses record, or will Australia crash that party and say, not today, USA? Because Australia has beaten USA a few times before in previous seasons of Toy Car Hockey. In fact, the funny thing is that was a team that won 3 out of the 4 seasons of Toy Car Hockey when USA and NASCAR didn't play, but ended up losing in the 4th non-USA and non-NASCAR season of Toy Car Hockey, and UK won that one. And then following seasons after that, I think NASCAR won the first season of Toy Car Hockey in the finals, and then USA won the next one. And then this one, we'll see what happens. All right, let's see what happens in this game. Well, that's out of play. That's out of play. That's a goal. Their card player did not move the goalie. That's a goal. 2-0 now. Australia scores. That puck is out of play. And that's too far to play. 2 minutes delay of game has been called. Well, that was a silly, pointless penalty from USA to happen this late in the game. That's penalty warning for tripping. And we're tied. It's 2-2 now. Well, USA had a lead, but not anymore. That was a pretty long shot there, and it's 3-2. I don't know how it saw the goal from there. Oh my goodness. And it gets shut down on the breakaway chance. That is too funny. That is too funny. It scores a longer range goal. And we're tied again. It's 3-3. Well, this game's gone from USA having a 1-goal lead to USA and Australia being tied yet again. That's a goal. Someone's here and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you for doing that, whoever you were. I do appreciate that because it helps not just me, but also my channel as well. Oh, it moved the goalie. Now we have to do a face-off. Somehow it just stopped it all. Yep, it did. Couldn't clear it that time when it's 3-4. Does USA lose one game? 4-4 and we're headed to overtime. Oh, that's going to be interference or unsportsmanlike conduct. But before the penalties are possibly called and charging, which would be a 6-minute penalty for 3 separate minor penalties, we have a penalty shot coming up because it wasn't the act of shooting. Another penalty shot in overtime happening. This is the second time in a row this has ever happened. And it's the only card that scored goals for their team. Does it come through as the hero? It gets stopped. Oh my goodness, it is stopped short. And we have a penalty happening because of that. Well, let's see. Timeout USA. USA calls timeout. They're going with a slightly different lineup, and so is Australia as well. All right, let's see what happens here. Whose newer lineup in overtime wins from the game with a 6-minute penalty. And USA wins! USA wins in overtime because they switched their centers. Their timeout worked in their favor, and they went on overtime. And it was not because of the other team's goalie. Wow, that was something else. Completely a big surprise. Mainly shocked there. Lost it on the penalty shot chance to win. Well, that's it for this Toy Car Hockey Fun live stream. I hope you liked and enjoyed this live stream. Thanks everyone for stopping by that was here, that was able to make it. And if you weren't, well, you can watch it on my channel whenever it's on my channel from YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. That's it for this Toy Car Hockey live stream, and I'll see you in my next one for the wildcard games, which are win in advance, lose, and you're done for the season. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Bye now. Laters.